Among Napoleon's marshals, some became legends through dazzling battlefield victories. Others were remembered for unwavering loyalty or military genius. But few had a career as turbulent or as tragic as Marshal Guillaume Brune. A committed Republican who rose from humble beginnings to the highest rank of France, Brune fought for the revolution long before Napoleon came to power. He helped secure French victories across Europe, governed occupied territories, and remained steadfast in his political beliefs even when those beliefs made him powerful enemies. Yet in the end, it wasn't an enemy army that claimed his life. It was an angry mob, fueled by political hatred and vengeance. This is the story of Marshal Guillaume Brune. Guillaume Marie-Anne Brune was born on March 13, 1763, in Brive-la-Gaillarde in southwestern France. Unlike many of Napoleon's future marshals, Brune was not born into the military. His father was a lawyer, and the young Brune initially pursued law himself before moving to Paris. There, he became immersed in the intellectual and political atmosphere that would soon ignite the French Revolution. He developed friendships with prominent revolutionaries, including Georges Danton, and quickly embraced Republican ideals. When revolution erupted in 1789, Brune threw himself into the cause with remarkable enthusiasm. Rather than seeking political office, Brune chose the battlefield. He enlisted in the revolutionary armies and displayed both courage and natural leadership. At a time when noble officers were fleeing France or being purged, talented commoners could rise rapidly through the ranks. Brune took full advantage of that opportunity. He fought during the campaigns of the French Revolutionary Wars, earning promotions through merit rather than birth. His bravery, discipline, and ability to inspire soldiers made him one of the Republic's most dependable commanders. By the late 1790s, he had become one of France's leading generals. Brune's greatest military achievement came in 1799 during the campaign in the Netherlands. Commanding French and Batavian forces, he confronted a combined British and Russian invasion intended to overthrow the Batavian Republic and restore the House of Orange. Despite facing experienced British soldiers under the Duke of York and Russian forces under General Hermann, Brune skillfully coordinated his multinational army. After a series of hard-fought battles, including the Battle of Castricum, the Anglo-Russian army was forced to withdraw. The campaign ended in a strategic victory for France. The invading coalition evacuated the Netherlands entirely, preserving French influence in the region and preventing another front from opening against the Republic. It was one of the revolution's most significant victories. When Napoleon Bonaparte seized power later that year, Brune accepted the new government while remaining at heart a Republican. Napoleon recognized his abilities and entrusted him with important commands. In 1800, Brune led French forces in northern Italy during the War of the Second Coalition. His victory at the Battle of Pozzolo helped secure French control following Napoleon's triumph at Marengo. For his continued service, Napoleon named him one of the original 18 marshals of the empire in 1804. It was the highest military honor France could bestow. Brune later commanded French forces in Germany and Northern Europe before being assigned to the difficult task of governing Swedish Pomerania and the Hanseatic cities. Unlike some marshals who pursued glory at all costs, Brune was known for his administrative ability and relatively restrained treatment of occupied territories. However, his outspoken Republican beliefs often placed him at odds with Napoleon's increasingly imperial court. Brune never fully embraced aristocratic traditions and reportedly refused to flatter the emperor in the manner many of his fellow marshals did. As a result, Napoleon gradually sidelined him from major field commands. When Napoleon abdicated in 1814, Brune pledged his loyalty to the restored Bourbon monarchy, as many officers did. But his revolutionary past made him deeply distrusted by royalists. During Napoleon's dramatic return in 1815, Brune again entered military service, commanding forces in southern France during the Hundred Days. Although he saw little major combat, his association with Napoleon would prove disastrous after the Emperor's final defeat at Waterloo. Following the Second Bourbon Restoration, Brune attempted to return peacefully to Paris. Instead, while passing through the city of Avignon in August 1815, he encountered a city consumed by the violence of the White Terror. Royalist mobs blamed former revolutionaries and Bonapartists for years of war and upheaval. False rumors spread that Brune had participated in the September massacres of 1792, despite there being no credible evidence. On August 2nd, 1815, an armed mob stormed the hotel where Brune was staying. The 52-year-old Marshal was shot and killed. His body was dragged through the streets, thrown into the Rhone River, and denied the dignity afforded even to fallen enemies. It was one of the darkest acts of political revenge in post-Napoleonic France. Years later, investigations cleared Brune of the accusations that had fueled the mob's hatred, but justice came far too late. Guillaume Brune's life reflected both the promise and the tragedy of the French Revolution. He rose from an ordinary citizen to become one of France's highest-ranking soldiers through courage, talent, and unwavering dedication. He defended the Republic, earned Napoleon's confidence, and received the Marshal's baton through merit alone. Yet his steadfast political convictions ultimately made him a target in one of France's most violent periods of retribution. Today, Guillaume Brune remains one of the least remembered marshals of the empire. But his victories, his integrity, and his tragic death ensured that his place in French military history deserves to be remembered. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this biography, be sure to like, share, and follow the Marshalette as we continue our march through military history into an age undreamed of.